Use the diagram below to answer the following. Well, I've got the diagram above, but it says name a line that contains point C two different ways. Remember that just because I write it as something like a F with a proper symbol, or another possibility is that we could say something like B, C. Those aren't the only two different ways. Those are just a selection of the different ways that we can write. It's the same idea for point B, or part B. Name two different line segments that contain point Q. So notice it says line segments. So we want to be particular about our notation. Has to have the point Q in there. But how about QB? Look at the picture and make sure you see what I'm saying, QB. Or we could even do a line segment like SG. Same picture. We want to name two different rays. So our notation for rays is just one arrow, a single arrow, and it just says name two different rays. So a ray has a starting point and continues on in the same direction forever and ever, AF. Or we can say something like L, M. Again, multiple ways to answer this. Name two angles with a vertex of L. I kind of make my angle as a sideways V. But how about angle BLD? Or we can say angle BLT. Notice that the L, which is the vertex of the angle, is in the middle of our three letters. Name two angles with a vertex of T. Angle CTQ is a possibility. And angle RTQ. RTQ. Yes. Again, notice that the T is in the middle of those. In the middle of the three letters listed, and that indicates that we're working with the vertex. Our points, L, T, and Q, collinear? Well, point to them on your paper. L, T, and Q, yes, they are collinear. Problem number 3. Another diagram. We want to use the diagram to the right, which I have above, to answer the following questions. Write the vertex of angle 7. Well, the vertex of angle 7 is the letter O. I prefer a little bit more specific, but based on that answer, or based on that question, that's how I would answer it. Letter O. Write another name for angle 3. Well, I would say, again, to be a little bit more specific, angle RPQ. Represents the same value there. Write another name for angle NPM. NPM is angle 1. And finally, write another name for angle 6. Well, again, to be specific, I would say something like angle MNO. In the diagram below, ray BD bisects angles ABC. We want to find x and the measure of angle CBD. Well, remember, if it bisects, and what that means for us here is that the value of 2x plus 7, which is angle ABD, is going to be equal to the measure of angle CBD, which has a value of 4x minus 9. And solve it the way your Algebra 1 teacher taught you. I'm going to move my letter to the left. So we're going to subtract 4x from both sides. We get negative 2x plus 7 equals negative 9. And now we're going to move 7 to the other side. And we get negative 2x equals negative 16. And finally, divide both sides by negative 2. We need to undo the multiplication because negative 2x means negative 2 times x. And we end up with x equals 8. But don't forget that not only does the question ask for find the value of x, we also need to figure out what the measure of angle CBD is. Well, angle CBD is 4x minus 9. Let me write that. The measure of angle CBD equals 4x minus 9. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take that value of 8 that we just found. We're going to put that value in for x. So this is going to be 4 times 8 minus 9. And 4 times 8 is 32 minus 9. And 32 minus 9 is 23. So our measure of angle CBD equals 23.